Benton Heights, oh, Benton Heights, forever true your memories.
Hello, Benton Heights faculty, staff, alumni. My name is Frank Stevens. I'm the arts coordinator here at Benton Heights Elementary School of the Arts. And we are so excited to be making this video to say to each of you how excited we are that for the past 2 years, our 100th committee has been planning for a great weekend to celebrate 100 years of public education. We are so grateful to all who've made it possible, and to each of our students who are here current. We are certainly hoping that you will help us to celebrate this great event in your life and the history of this school. So enjoy, bring back all the memories, and let's celebrate a century of memories as Benton Heights Elementary School. With the humble beginning, a school was born in the early 1900s in the north central area just outside the city of Monroe called Benton Hill. History indicates that the first year of school began with 9 students and 2 teachers, one being the principal. A white wooden one-room schoolhouse sat on the current property. The next year, in 1913, the area was incorporated and named Benton Heights, thus giving the current name of our school. In 1914, a 2-room structure was constructed, which was led by the spirited businessman Walter Franklin Benton. In 1922, the first brick building was erected, and in 1928, an auditorium was added. Following the Great Depression, in 1933, Benton Heights had 11 grades with 12 classroom teachers, a music teacher, and the principal, J. Howard Williams.
Hi, I'm Geddes Broom Elmore, and this is my mom, Edith Price Broom. She graduated here in 1935, lived right across the street, and she told me that she came when the school bell rang. She would run across the street.
In the 1940s, a gymnasium was added.
Mr. Oscar Broom was our principal. Several of us, including Marnell Terry and I, worked as unpaid assistants in his office. I treasure the memory of Mr. Broom giving me a silver dollar in appreciation for my work. I suspect I volunteered to work in his office to get out of some dull class. Walter Hasty, bless his little heart, would still be in grade school if he had not corralled me into making his book reports for him. Please don't tell the authorities, even though I'm sure the statutes of limitations have run out by now.
Albertus Perry, he was the janitor. They call them custodians now, but he was the janitor. And Perry was also a tentative preacher. And he would come by the room and get us out of class to come down. The boiler was down in the basement of the school, and he would come by and get us out of class to carry the ashes up the steps out of the boiler room so they could dump more coal in. And so us boys would fight over the thing of getting Perry to get us out of the class so that we could carry the ashes out and get out of class. We had one teacher that was very strict with us, and there was nothing wrong with being strict, but we felt like it was being strict. And she had an old, I think about a 41 car, and what we did, we took a great big Irish potato and shoved it up the exhaust pipe. She cranked it up. The smoke just boiled out. She didn't know what was going on. And of course, we were hiding around the corner laughing about it.
In 1940, when we enrolled here at Benton Heights, of course, it's a small school. And I was a little bit concerned about that through the years, whether I would be able to compete with the people from the other schools or not, the larger school systems. But I found out when I got to college that I was able to compete very well. So we did learn an awful lot here at Benton Heights. But this has been a great school, a great group of people, people who will watch over you and care for you. And this is something that you and I understand now more so than we did then. When people care about you, then you become something extraordinary. So we praise God for that education. I praise God for my family. I praise God for my school family. And I know it's because of them that I'm able today to do what I do.
I'll always remember in high school, we would get together at lunchtime, and anybody that had a car, everybody would pile in the car, and we'd make the rounds to each person's house, let them out so they can eat lunch, and then when the person driving would get to his home, he'd eat, and then he'd come back and start the same thing over again. And it was interesting. People, I remember one time we even had somebody had an A model, and they were standing on the running boards. So it was nice. And as far as other things, I guess the highlight of it was, of course, winning the basketball and baseball championship in the county conference in 1953.
Well, we had a teacher in the second grade that we were all afraid of. And she would call a reading class up front and she would say, "Now don't anybody interrupt me. You're not going to the bathroom. Don't raise your hand. Don't ask any questions." Well, guess what? I can tell you this, notebook paper does not dry up the wet floor. Then we move on up through the third grade, and in the fourth grade, we were in line outside to come into the classroom after lunch, and she said, "All right, everybody be quiet." Well, guess who was singing? I can't remember the song, something about Constantinople. And so when we got inside and everybody sat down, she called me up to the front of the class and made me sing that song. Well, anybody who knows me knows I can't sing. And finally, in May of 1954, the big day came. And I just knew I was going to cry that night. And I told my parents and my sister, "Don't laugh at me, don't say a word because I'm going to cry." Well, guess what? I didn't cry, but all the boys did. And the girls were just walking around smiling, having a good time.
Leading to 1954, when a fire in the boiler room damaged the auditorium and other parts of our school, which was remodeled and opened in 1956.
I drove up to the corner of Benton Street and Concord Avenue, and I sat there in my car and I cried and watched my favorite building disappear. Oh, it saddened everybody. Everybody was just totally upset over it. And they, like me, had a lot of memories that they saw go down in flames.
After that, for about a year and a half, we only went to school for half a day. We had split schedules. Half our class would go in the morning, half in the afternoons. And it was sort of a rallying point for the school, I guess, because everything seemed to go very well.
Well, I have a lot of fond memories, particularly about the teachers, but one of the fondest memories I recall is we'd get out of class at recess, and several of us boys would go to the gymnasium and the old band room where Philip Ross would beat on the piano. As all the classmates know, and most of the Benton Heights knew, Philip Ross was a great pianist. We had a great time with Jerry Lee Lewis songs every morning at recess. Of course, all the basketball games, and the name that Ray Thompson gave me, Kilgore Olison. Ray, I don't know if you remember that or not, but I always remember that.
Favorite memories, I guess, was the basketball teams that we had in the high school years. Won the county championship a couple of years, and that was something that was really, I guess we sort of gathered around that because we only had basketball and baseball in those days. The funniest stories I had involved teachers. I was not involved in it, but I knew about some of the guys jacked up Miss Hilton, who was our English teacher, jacked her car up and put the axles on blocks, and she got in the car and tried to take off. And needless to say, when Mr. Broom found out about it, some boys had some bruises on their backside.
In 1959, Benton Heights and Walter Pickett became a single school because Monroe High opened in 1960. Under the leadership of Mr. Oscar Broom, Mr. Fred Ingold, and Mr. Joe Blanton, the school continued to grow.
I enjoyed several things in the school. My favorite was music. I had Mrs. G.B. Gaddis as our music director in school, and I was with her from 1st through the 8th grade in music, and she became a real inspiration to me.
In 1993, the school became a year-round school, and Union County merged all their schools to become Union County Public Schools.
One of the things that to me was the funniest, I was reading with a child one day. This wasn't a kindergartner, but in what he was reading, he was saying, in 7 years, and he said, Miss Ty, what are you going to be doing in 7 years? You going to be dead? And I said, well, no, I hope not.
Benton Heights is now one of 46 A-plus schools in North Carolina, which carries the philosophy that all disciplines can be taught through arts integration. We are the only Union County partner school with Blumenthal Performing Arts Center in Charlotte, North Carolina, and their Arts in Education.
Well, all my memories tend to go back to the people that we were with. The students, obviously, amazing times, watching them grow all the way from kindergarten through 5th grade, and now being here at Monroe Middle School up into 6th, 7th, and 8th grade as well. They've provided so many fond memories over the years.
The school currently has 700 students and offers classes in dance, drama, strings, and dance scholarships with the Union County Youth Symphony and the Union County Youth Ballet. Benton Heights has enjoyed 2 residencies with the University of North Carolina School of the Arts in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Our students have performed at various venues, including local malls, the Billy Graham Library, country clubs, and Carowinds music festivals.
My favorite memory would probably be being in chorus and going to the Carowinds.
Well, one of my favorite memories was has been watching the school develop into a school of the arts, because there's so many opportunities for our students here now.
What comes to mind originally is when we were working to achieve our ABC goals, and I remember when we first made the School of Excellence. I think that was under Miss Alley. It's how everybody worked so hard together to reach that goal, and how happy and how we celebrated that. I don't know, that just comes to my mind because I've seen, kids come through from kindergarten through 5th grade, and to see them, pass their test and, be so proud of it, that just stands out.
We look forward to the next generation of students who will begin their educational foundation here at Benton Heights Elementary School of the Arts.
Hi, I'm Blair Trewick, and I'm the new principal at Benton Heights Elementary School. I am so excited to be here, and I can't wait for the next 100 years at Benton Heights. Even though I've been here for only a couple months, it has become a part of your soul, and that's the most wonderful thing about Benton Heights.
Oh, Benton Heights, forever true your memories. In our hearts you'll always stay. You open minds and pave the way. Oh, maroon and gold, forever true your colors. Oh, Benton Heights, forever pure is your heart. You helped us win our glory. We're proud to sing the story. Oh, alma mater, we look to you for courage. Hail, faithful school, we'll always hold your standards. Our heads are high with pride for you. We'll strive always to honor you. Oh, Benton Heights, forever true your memories.